du ska gotta ner sig.
The guys and girls plays most. Do you know people in Australia or Singapore, maybe? If you do, that's good. If you don't, it doesn't matter, because everybody plays. Everybody gambles, no matter what they live. And this is only the top 10 maybe, and name a country and they will play different kind of games and gamble. So, and why we put this picture on is because also this, we have a possibility to change this. One market is that is growing extremely fast is the African market. I can see maybe some of you are from Africa. I visited an international gaming conference a week ago in Johannesburg, and what everybody was talking about was the African market. There were international operators all over, but their target right now is Africa. And that's because it has been an unregulated market, and now it's going to be regulated. Country by country is going to be regulated. That means that people, companies who have a license can start to doing business in those countries. So you see, already $37 billion US, and we will do so much difference in these countries. And you are the reason, I know it. I have talked a lot of numbers, but there is one thing that we should talk a little about. Few people can't handle gambling and gaming, and that's too pity. But it's not a big problem, and what I have learned since I started to work with this industry is that the governments are doing a huge, and the operators themselves, they are doing even more to make this a very small problem. So in these pictures you can see countries that don't have a regulation. For example, Canada, 25% they estimate have some kind of gaming addiction. That's not good at all. We will not be working in countries that are not regulated. Norway, 0.7%. The government do their job, and all the operators working in Norway have strictly rules of how to handle this problem. And then it's not a problem. Like drugs or alcohol or something, we can't come to zero. Realize that. But can we come down to 0.7%? That's fine. And that's why you don't, you're not going to see every country when we launch, because the government hasn't regulated the market yet, or the operators have not got their license. Because to get a license, you have to show the playing safe program. Every operator has to develop a system for finding the players who are not doing well. And they have to disconnect the players and give the money back. You need an anti-money laundering program. There's many things to do before you can get a license. And we will only work with operators having a license on a regulated market. Then this is not a problem. I just wanted to show these pictures because when I told my family what I'm about to do now, my daughter said that, wow, isn't that a big problem? And I listened to her, so I studied. Now I have the figures. All around the world, this is not a very big problem, and we should together make it an even smaller one. The online gambling. This is why the figure looks like they are. Because the gaming and gambling will be so easier to join. At the conference, we saw slot machines at casinos where you can register when you are playing live. And when you leave the casino, you can keep on playing that unique game on your mobile phone. So you can bring the game home and continue to play the game you like at the casino. That's one thing you can do with a smartphone today. Another thing, you can get a subscription, so you get a weekly scratch card in your mobile. You get a push notification. Your scratch card is here. You get the phone and you do the scratch.
Event right now.
Small thing for the humanity, but it's a big thing for the gaming industry, because accessibility is very important to attract new customers. And young people, they only have a phone. Many people don't have a computer anymore. It's always mobile. So that's another thing we are looking at when we are choosing the operators. Mobile first. And that's another topic on that conference. Mobile first is extremely important if you will be a big player in this market. And we will always go mobile first.
It's really an amazing opportunity. If you are not yet,
okay, keep it. Just haven't seen that before. Here is what people are doing when they gambling.
As you can see right now, I made my
so betting, like playing on horses and dogs or anything, that's the biggest part of the revenue. And then you can see what people are doing. And I think we can change that figures a bit as well, because if we are getting really big and we have unique games on mobile platforms, this could be look a lot different in just a couple of years. But interesting to see what people are playing when they are playing. Okay, I have talked a little about it, but this is what we are looking for when we are out negotiating with those gaming operators. They need to be solid, trustworthy, mostly local companies, because in regulated market, the local companies are first to get a fully license, and they know the market, it's important. They have the local payment solutions, which is extremely important. If you don't have a credit card and your gaming platform only takes a credit card, that's a big problem. So mobile payments is one key to success. Responsibility gaming policies, I talked about that. We need to keep the figures down on people having gaming addictions. Anti-money laundering policy. The gaming operators, actually, they are treated like banks today, because they are handling so much money. So they have the highest level of anti-money laundering policies there is. And maybe most of all, we need to find the interesting products that your customer want to play. That's for sure the number one. With that said, CROWD1 is the world's fastest growing online networking company, and Affiligo, for real, is the fastest growing affiliate network. Nobody have never seen like this before. They don't believe us when we are at these conferences. And when we have launched and we are going to the conference next year, they will stand in line. Yeah. So congratulations for taking a good decision to join. Hope to see you on the cruise. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, that's amazing. Thank you very much, Sverker. We have been working together for more than 20 years. So it's really important that we have a lot of knowledge in the company if we are going to conquer the world with this company, which we will do, of course. Yes, 100%. Okay, can I have the next picture, please? Here we have it. I wanted to spend some minutes talking about Mixter.com because we are thinking into the future already now. So when we have the launch of Affiligo, it's important for all of you to know that this business will go on year after year after year. So next year, in 2020, end of 2020, we will have the huge launch of Mixter. And Mixter is online gambling is big, but online gaming, mobile gaming, social gaming, e-gaming, e-sports, you know. Today, the prize money in e-gaming is bigger than in golf and in tennis and stuff, right? And more than 4 billion people are doing this every day. They're doing it in the morning on the mobile phone. They are doing it in the subway, on the train, at the lunch break, in the evening, going to bed, on the weekends, alone, together with friends. There are big conventions. I know this is the future, and we have only been scratching on the top of it. We are in online gaming, social gaming, mobile gaming. We are right now where the car industry was in 1910, right? So we can't even imagine what will happen a couple of years from now. And the cool thing, this huge global industry, more than half the world's population is doing this. Young people, old people, everybody is doing it. If you go into a restaurant, you see that there's maybe 5, 6, 7 people sitting having a dinner, not talking to each other, all sitting with a mobile phone. If you are going on the subway or on a train, I love to do this. People are not talking. You see, old people are sitting with a mobile and they are playing, you know, all Candy Crush, Angry Birds, and they're building farms and they have battles, medieval battles. They do a lot of things 24/7, and they pay money to upgrade and to get a better sword or whatever, to buy a new cow, a better cow. It's crazy, right? And those people are very often not kids. It's us, right? Yeah, and I have a good friend. He's a CEO of a company, a big company in Sweden. And we were actually traveling together, and the reason I talk about cow is because I say, what are you doing? Oh, I have 2 new cows on my farm. I paid $20 for the cows. I'm like, what? What is going on? And then you understand the future. This is what's going to be the future. So, and we are actually the first online networking company going into this industry. And you know one thing, I believe that for many years, networking has been sell business and very often quite boring. You need to get people to buy things they maybe don't really want, right? Because, okay, I can buy it if you leave my home, right? But for the first time, we are working with something that's cool. And you shouldn't underestimate the thing of cool, right? To do networking with things that people think is cool It's the next thing. If somebody told me 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when I was selling something that I didn't even understood what I was selling, and if somebody told me that 20 years from now, you will promote things that people want to have, and things that people do every day. What people do every time they have a free time, for fun. Think about if somebody told me that will be the future of doing networking, I wouldn't believe them. But in CROWD1, you will be able to duplicate and to promote things that people love to do. Can you imagine what will happen when we go worldwide? Tens of millions of people all around the world will want to be here. You don't need to force them. They want to be here. So that's the future. So you can look forward to a really bright future with the coolest services in this world. Thank you very much. Okay.
Now it's time to introduce an icon in the industry with over 30 years of international business experience. He has, among other things, led CROWD1's expansion into Asia. Please give it up for Jan Frosne.
Thank you, all of you. My name is Jan Frosne. I am originally from Sweden, another part of Europe, but I have been now living in Asia, in the Philippines, for almost 15 years. So, after more than 30 years in the network marketing industry, the last 26 years mostly on the management side, you have to start to be a little bit careful, because it takes a long time to build up a good reputation, and you can lose it like that if you are in the wrong things. So I have been more and more picky for, let's say, the last 5-10 years, and said no to most of them. So when I heard about CROWD1, I was careful. But later on I saw that I already know 2 of the guys in the leader of this company. And I know them, and I know that they are very good, so I became more interested. Right. Now I am 100% sold. I can really, really see that this is a big future, right? So, we started to plan for the opening the Philippines about 3 months ago, and the real opening was about 1 month ago. Let's see what has happened all over the world. Click, please. As you know, if you look at the website and so on, it says that we are registered in Dubai. Because I am living in the Philippines, and we have a lot of people in the Philippines, the Philippine people are all over the world. 20 million people all over the world working as overseas workers. Within days, we had Filipino people in Dubai going to check up the office. There was no office, there was a law firm. And then I really had to explain to them, this is what big companies are doing. They are looking for the best country where the laws are right, and of course where you have a pretty positive tax climate, right? But since then, the company have decided, let's open a real office in Dubai. So that is on its way. The real head office so far has been in Stockholm by obvious reasons. All the board are from Sweden, more or less. We also have an office in Gothenburg, but that is for our programmers. 1 month ago, we opened Manila as the hub for Asia Pacific. It has already started growing in the countries around the Philippines, like Vietnam, Hong Kong, Singapore, Indonesia, and so on. But it's not enough yet. We have to wait a little bit and see the trend, what's happening. Okay? So the next one, the next office to officially opening is Johannesburg. And this will happen already next month. We also have Malaga, Spain, and London, United Kingdom. Next picture, please. So, what's coming after that? Well, that's, as a matter of fact, is up to you. Because from the company side, from the management side, we have to look at where are we growing right now. And when we see that we have a group that starts to become steady and still growing and know what they are doing, that is where we probably will start looking to open the next office. So it's all up to you. But we think, but we don't know, that it might be Bogota, Colombia, Jakarta in Indonesia, Hanoi, Vietnam, Singapore, and Sydney. But it's up to you to prove that we are wrong, if you would like to have it somewhere else.
Another one in South Africa.
So, thank you very much.
Great! Thank you so much, y'all! Good. So, I heard, when you heard that we're opening our first African CROWD1 office, you got excited. Yeah. You got excited. Yeah. And I got excited. You know why? Yeah. No? Yes, no?
South Africa.
Because I live in Africa.
Yeah.
Whereof 4 of them have been in Johannesburg, and I've now lived the past 10 years in Nigeria. I know we have one other Nigerian here. You're here, Abby?
No,
are you here?
Awesome, he missed.
Okay, sorry to hear. Anyway, I love Africa, and as Jan said, the office is coming, and it's actually coming sooner than we were hoping. So we have a date. Do you want to know the date when all of you should be in Johannesburg? So for the 22nd of November, the official launch of the office in Johannesburg will go. And we have a huge launch on the 23rd of November. So start packing your bags if you don't already live there. We will see you in Johannesburg.
Oh no. Hello, how are you? Are you good? Where is the friend? Who is the leader? The one. Oh,
Soon
Ada for me.
all over the world. Yeah. Just taking over. Okay, so let's have some recognition for the next 2 levels, which will be 10 and 11. So
Let's welcome up on stage, recognition, next level 10 and 11. A big applause for music, maestro. Woo! These guys have worked extra hard. Look at them, superstars. Okay, let's see if they have something. So, Mister, what do you do for your occupation except for CROWD1?
I am a motivational speaker, I'm a man of God, a preacher, and I'm a businessman. And I met CROWD1 after hustling and struggling to do network marketing for the past 23 years. I've never seen anything like CROWD1. I told myself that I'm gonna make sure within a month I qualify for the cruise. 10 minutes before midnight, I qualified for the cruise.
Leadership, ladies and gentlemen. And what country are you from?
I am from Botswana, and when I qualified for the cruise, I told myself that before I step into the cruise, I should qualify to be Director Star 1, and I did it yesterday.
And what's your next goal?
My next goal is President Star 3.
You see, we have some leadership in this company, I'm telling you. It's got to be a good trainer behind that. No one got it, okay. Tommy, so what's your occupation except for doing CROWD1?
I sell cars, and I trade in stocks and crypto.
He's selling cars. Don't buy a car from him. Okay, so where do you live?
I live in Drøbak, 4 miles from Oslo, in Norway.
Norway, huh? What's your next goal?
Director 2 star. No, 3 star, sorry.
Mix up the stars here.
First 2 stars, and then 3 star.
First 2 star, then 3 star. Wow! Woo! Let's see, Solomon. So what's your business except for CROWD1?
I am a full-time network marketer. I'm not employed. And when I found CROWD1 2.5 months ago, Mr. Smile came to my house because I was in denial for 2 months about this wonderful opportunity. Then when he came in, showed me the money coming in each and every second in his phone, I was so amazed. Then I came on board. In no time, I became a manager Star 3. I qualified. Today, I'm going to be Director Star 2. Tonight.
Woo! Big applause! Big applause!
So, for Africa, I'm also so excited that you guys are coming to South Africa next month, because with this opportunity, we'll be able to alleviate poverty in Africa as a whole.
Hey guys, we're ending poverty in Africa.
Yes, there's no other way around. Smart people don't work for money, but they only do things which other people delay doing. So all those that will delay, they're gonna cry. We are the pioneers. We're gonna fly high.
We are the pioneers. Big applause. Woo! So music maestro, thank you. You will receive your diploma upstairs. And thank you very much. We're proud of you all. Now, we have next level. Welcome to the stage. welcome another achievers, superstars upcoming. 3-star, 5-star, 10-star. Imagine when we have that new app, when it's making sound every time you get paid. You just have to walk around making sounds. And people, what's that? I'm making money. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have one guy here. I know this guy. Mr. Smile. Top leader of South Africa. Let's see what he has to say.
Yeah. It's Smile all the way to our ATM. That's our smartphones.
So, what do you do except for CROWD1?
Well, I'm crowding everybody. I just on CROWD1 and nothing else. I'm bulletproof.